Zelestia, you still haven't taken a break?
Well, no, I was still organizing the weapons. I'm almost finished.
You know, you can reach out to me at any time. I'd be happy to help you. All of these things you've been noticing and taking care of for us have been really helpful.
I'm doing this because I want to. By the way, you were wonderful in battle today, Divine One. The bravery you show protecting your friends is inspiring. But all that effort requires rest, too.
Thank you. I'll get plenty of food and rest. You don't need to worry about me. Speaking of food, wasn't today's meal so good? That vegetable soup was delicious.
Oh, that does sound lovely.
Sorry, I didn't realize you hadn't eaten. I'm sure there's still some left if you want to go now.
No need to apologize. I got busy and forgot. The last time I sat down for a proper meal was, a few days ago, I think.
What? You need a proper sit-down meal.
Meals take time, but I do snack a lot. There's just so much I want to do for everyone.
That's no good. You're coming with me, Zelestia.
Where are we going?
You have to eat properly if you're going to have enough energy for all this activity. I'll be watching to see that you take time to sit down and eat more. Zelestia, I brought you today's lunch, though it's a little late to call it lunch now.
Oh, thank you, Divine One. I lost track of time visiting with everyone and it slipped my mind.
The same way it slipped your mind yesterday, as I recall.
Well, I
can't believe you'd miss all the best meals if I didn't keep track. It's a good thing I noticed.
I thought all dragons were like this, but maybe it's just me. I've been trying to pay attention, but I get so distracted by everyone else. If someone's in trouble, I want to help them. And if someone's worried, I want to listen. The other day, I was helping someone move some heavy items. Before I knew it, it was dark.
Not again.
I know. I'll just eat what you brought me right now.
What's funny?
I'm so happy to be sitting here with you, Divine One, even if I am the only one eating. It isn't just my stomach that's filling up, but my heart as well. Oh, Divine One, this soup is delicious. Please try a sip.
Thank you, but I already had lunch. Besides, I brought this for you.
You don't need to hold back. I wouldn't want to keep something so delightful all to myself. Here, say ah. Come on now. Ah.
If you insist.
How is it? Isn't it wonderful?
Yes. Very delicious.
There we go. Looks like everything is in its place. Well then,
Let's get started.
we have been eating together a lot more often lately, haven't we?
I'm just happy that you're taking the time to sit down for meals. Well, not counting the times you get too distracted by other things.
It is kind of you to show such concern. Thanks to you, I've been eating some delicious foods. Mealtime is a lot more fun since we started eating together. And it's not just meals either. Everything I do by your side is more fun, Divine One.
It makes me happy to hear you say that. I was worried you might find things difficult here, since this world is unfamiliar to you.
Not at all. I enjoy being here, especially when I see you smiling. I will help you face any foe if it gives you more reasons to smile. I fear no enemy. I'll defeat them all.
That's reassuring, Zelestia. I feel the same way. It's inspiring to be around you. You help me feel so much stronger.
A lot has happened since I arrived here, but I'm glad I came to this world. Please, allow me to go on standing by your side. Rely on me.
Of course. I feel like I can count on you.
Oh, Divine One. You have some sauce on you. Hold still. There. That's better. You must have been quite hungry to get sauce on yourself like that. How cute.
Hey, I appreciate the thought, but I'm not a child. How embarrassing.
Thank you for the food.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Zelestia, what's wrong? You don't seem like yourself today.
I'm just feeling a little anxious.
Why? Did something happen?
I'm afraid these moments of happiness won't last. That the war will only grow more violent. What if, starting tomorrow, we can't enjoy spending time like this anymore? Or if you or I don't come back safely? These meals have become a daily source of happiness for me. But will there be a next one?
I had no idea you were holding on to this anxiety.
I never thought the time I spend with you, Divine One, would bring me such joy and fear. War always requires sacrifice. I know this when I'm standing on the battlefield. And yet, I don't know how I'd cope if I lost another person dear to me. I had friends in my other world who I thought would be with me forever. Now they're gone.
I understand. Especially after having to leave your own world behind. It will take more than just having fun and making friends to heal those lingering wounds. I'm sorry to have made you worry.
Oh, you don't owe me an apology, Divine One. I managed to get worked up all on my own.
I care about you, and I don't want you to ever feel this way again. So, I'm giving you the pact ring.
You mustn't. The pact ring is far too precious.
I was planning to give it to you eventually, as a pledge that our time together will last. We're close like family now, right? And families share meals. So let's continue eating together. Tomorrow, the next day, for as long as we live.
Thank you, Divine One. I would be honored to accept this ring. You've made me so very happy. I've always wanted to be someone you could rely on and let spoil you a little. Somehow I think you ended up being the one supporting me, Divine Dragon. You have become my family. I will cherish you, and I swear to never leave your side again. I brought you something to eat, Lady Veyle.
Zephia! No, it's Zelestia, isn't it? I'm sorry. Forget I said anything.
Are you all right? You appear to be sweating. If you'll allow me, I can dab away the sweat for you. Here, it won't take but a moment.
No, it's fine. I can do it myself.
Please, it's no bother at all. I want to take care of you. I could help with your hair. It's so pretty. I bet it would look lovely done up. Oh, I know. I could braid it for you.
Thank you.
Oh, how do you braid someone else's hair again?
What?
Oh, I remember. If I were doing my own, I would cross one lock of hair over like so, and...
Ow! 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 It hurts when you pull it that hard.
I'm sorry. Dear me, it's tangled now. How do I,
Oh my. It's really tangled now. I'll fix it later. Don't worry about it.
I'm truly sorry. I'll take my leave before I make things any worse. Duh! I forgot to leave your meal!
Zelestia's a bit overzealous, isn't she? It's rather unexpected.
Are you tired, Lady Veyle? You don't look well.
Do you think so? I feel fine.
Were you injured in the battle earlier? Does anything hurt?
I'm not injured. Look, fit as a fiddle. Although, my nose is a little...
Oh no, you must be chilly. We should warm you up before you catch a cold. There's no blanket here. Well, that's all right. I can just give you a hug.
What?
Mage dragons have a naturally high body temperature. Don't worry, this is sure to help.
I don't want... Stop it! That's enough! Don't come any closer! I'm sorry.
No, I should be sorry. It was rude of me to be so forward, even if I just want to take care of you. You have my sincere apologies.
It's not that. It's just that you look so much like someone I used to know. I can explain a little more, if you have the time to listen.
Of course.
Long ago, I had a retainer. She was a mage dragon like you. She would treat me kindly and listen to me, the same way you do. I thought maybe she and I could be friends. I really liked her, but then we were forced to fight on opposite sides. And that was the end of any friendship. I know you're not her, but you look so much alike that seeing you brings back memories.
I understand. Thank you for sharing something so personal with me. I'll try not to be so forward in the future. When you're feeling up to it, could you tell me more about this?
Yes. I'm sorry to be this way after you've been so kind to me, Zelestia. Thank you.
Your hair could use some attention, Lady Veyle. Come, let me fix it for you. Don't worry, I've been practicing.
Then I'm alright with you doing it. Thank you.
Oh, are you chilly? I'll go get a blanket before I attend to your hair.
Mage dragons have a high body temperature, right? You could warm my hands in yours.
Oh, well, are you sure? I don't want you to be frightened.
You're my friend. What's there to be afraid of? Tell me something. Why are you being so nice to me?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
I don't mind. This time it can be my turn to listen.
In my world, the Four Winds was started by a man named Mauvier.
Mauvier? So he was an admirable person in your world too?
Very much so. He was my hero and friend to the last. Someone I looked up to. I heard that he had a master, and that master's name was Lady Veyle.
Really?
Yes, she had the same name as you. Mauvier had sworn to protect her no matter what. But it was an oath he was unable to keep. He said she died in a trifling battle. He always regretted the fact that he couldn't protect her. That's why I was so surprised to see you in this world. To know that you're alive. If it was you he wanted to protect, then I will take on that role as your protector now. That's why I wanted so badly to attend to you.
You've been so nice, even though I've been so cold to you.
No, you're very kind. Even now, patiently listening to my story like this. Mauvier always talked about how kind his Lady Veyle was. Just like you.
I'm glad you told me that story. It's miraculous that we met here. Though our worlds are different, we're connected somehow.
I believe so. There must be some power at work bringing us together like this.
Zelestia, the truth is, I do want to be friends with you. Could you maybe stay a little longer today?
I'd be delighted to. I'll stay by your side not just a little longer, but for as long as you need me. Can I speak with you for a minute?
What do you need?
Nothing per se. I just thought it might be nice to chat a little. Your voice and mannerisms. They remind me so much of the Mauvier that I knew.
Why are you crying?
I'm sorry. I really wanted to apologize.
What for?
For letting you die. You were like family to me. Oh, if only I had pushed myself a little harder back then. If only I hadn't left you alone.
Look at me.
Yes.
I cannot accept your apology.
Oh.
I am not the aggrieved party. The words have no meaning to me. I may have the same face as your former ally, but we are not the same person.
You're right. I apologize for acting foolishly. You're just so much like him. It's hard not to feel as though he's back.
I will admit to experiencing similar thoughts when we first met.
Your name is also Mauvier, is it not?
Yes.
I imagine you already know, but I'm Zelestia. If it's all right with you, I'd like for us to be friends.
Very well, Zelestia. I look forward to working with you.
Likewise, Mauvier. Are you on break as well? Do you mind if I join you?
By all means.
Thank you.
You are staring at me.
I apologize. It's just so wonderful to be able to spend time with you like this.
Is it?
Don't worry, I'm not confusing you for the Mauvier I knew before. It's just really nice to spend time with a new friend.
I see. Even so, I will admit to some curiosity. What was my analog like?
The Mauvier I knew was the one who started the Four Winds. He was a stickler at times, but he was kind and strong. A remarkable second-in-command.
He was in a position of authority then.
Yes. As founder, he could have made himself the leader, but he insisted that I take that role. Although there were times he took charge, like when I would forget to eat regular meals. He would sometimes scold me too. Sit down and eat properly.
It seems you had a good relationship. If only I could say the same.
Oh?
No matter. Thank you for indulging me.
Do you know my counterpart from this world very well?
Not very well, but I do know her.
I'd like to hear about her sometime.
If you insist.
Do you remember my request? I wanted to hear about my counterpart from this world.
I suppose I did agree to that.
You look uncomfortable. Is this an awkward topic for you?
No, but bear in mind that much of what I am about to tell you does amount to hearsay.
Of course.
In this world, we formed a group that came to be known as the Four Hounds. The group's purpose was to enact the will of Sombron. Your counterpart was its leader.
So then, were you the second-in-command in this world?
That role was filled by a different man. Zephia, the Four Hounds' leader, claimed to think of us as a family.
Claimed to?
Her actions did not match her words. She was harsh, destructive, but above all, lonely. I have heard that her draconic instincts were abnormally powerful, even for a mage dragon. It is said that her home village was destroyed by an uncontrolled surge of her magic. Some go so far as to say that if Sombron was not the fell dragon, then she would be.
No. That couldn't possibly...
What I do know is that she relentlessly sought Sombron's affection, pushing all others away. The Four Hounds were always at arm's length from one another. Personally, I never minded, but perhaps it is because we were not a true family that we went so very wrong.
I see.
Not a pleasant tale, I know.
Mauvier, I don't think we should aspire to be friends after all.
It seems I have offended you.
Not at all. I think I would like for us to become more like family, as we were in my world.
Would you? Why?
I suppose I want to make sure you don't feel compelled to go down the wrong path this time. I know we're strangers now, but building strong bonds can help make you feel like you belong.
This is indeed rather sudden.
The heart is drawn to those who need it most. You really don't understand this, do you?
Perhaps I do not. But if we are aspiring towards a familial bond, I suppose I can make an effort to try.
Thank you, Mauvier. Let's agree to support each other. I'm excited to get to know you better as a family.
I look forward to it as well, Zelestia.
Gregory, how are you holding up? Do you feel like you're adjusting to this world?
I guess so. There are so many little similarities and differences to ours. I think I've mostly gotten used to it. I just hope we can end this war quickly.
This place certainly has its own fair share of enemies to confront, doesn't it? Now that we're here, the Four Winds should do everything we can to support the Divine Dragon.
I just wish Mauvier could have come with us.
I feel the same. It's because of Mauvier that we're still alive.
Heck, the reason we're even together right now is thanks to him starting the Four Winds. But then he was the first one to leave us. If only I'd forced him to let me go in his place.
Don't think that way. Mauvier wanted us to go on living. He would want us to carry on his legacy. That's why he made you second in command.
I still don't understand why he gave me that role.
Probably because you're so old.
Ouch. Is that supposed to be payback?
I'm only kidding. It's easy to see why he made you my second. You fight so bravely to protect your friends.
All I did was run away. Sometimes I wonder if that's what I'm still doing.
What are you talking about? Don't be absurd.
What'd I say? Why are you suddenly so serious?
Mauvier may have been the catalyst, but we all made the choice to carry on his legacy together. You are not running away. You're my second for a reason. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Might I tell you an old story?
Depends. How old are we talking?
The story is from before you joined us, back when our divine dragon was still alive.
Oh, well, that's real ancient history.
I was on a scouting mission at Give Rapport in Elusia when I spotted some of the corrupted. I was alone, but I couldn't ignore the threat, so I charged in. Incredibly reckless in retrospect. They overwhelmed me. It was too late to get away. I realized I was probably going to die. That's when a lone figure came out of nowhere and started fighting to protect me.
You don't mean...
I remember what he said. This is when you run away. What will you do if you get hurt here?
I did say that, huh? It's been so long, I'd completely forgotten.
You may be timid, but you risked your life to save me. I don't understand it, even to this day.
I guess... when I saw you there, all I could think was that I needed to try saving you. I was surrounded by people who hurt me when I was young. No one ever came to help. I kept praying that someone would save me. But it went unanswered. Since I knew that pain, well, it was unthinkable not to try and help you.
I was so relieved. You were a ray of sunlight cutting through my shroud of despair.
Was I really that good? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice to hear you say that. But even when I ran in, I didn't think we could win. I figured we'd both have to run away.
Well, thanks to you, I lived to fight another day. More importantly, I knew I'd found a friend I could trust to watch my back. That's why I invited you to fight alongside us in Lethos right then and there. You were so scared of the invitation. You panicked and turned me down repeatedly.
But you were persistent. You always get your way. I was surprised you even wanted to talk to someone like me. You had no clue who I was.
You charged into a dangerous situation to help me. How could I not trust you? Seeing that you were willing to risk your life for a complete stranger gave me so much hope.
Well, looks like my one day of bravery was also the start of something big, huh?
Exactly. Do you see now that you're not running away?
Zelestia, you call the Four Winds your family. What do you mean by that? Family was never really a good word for me. I had imagined it was the same for the rest of us.
You'd be right. Each of us suffered difficult losses before we met. I lost the mage dragons. You lost your home. Madeline, her parents, and Mauvier, his master.
I only heard Mauvier mention it once. He just said he regretted that he couldn't protect her. He said she died too soon because of him. All in some pointless fight.
We're all burdened with sorrows. Having a place to return to is what eases these burdens. None of us had something like that. I think that's why Mauvier formed the Four Winds.
I suppose it makes sense. But isn't that different from a family?
I would have agreed at first. The Four Winds were friends and allies, not family. After we spent time together, laughing and talking, I realized we were filling those voids. The four of us have supported each other in a way others couldn't. It's something that can only be done by those closer than friends, by people you deeply trust.
That does sound like a family.
That's what I believe. It's why we must look out for each other. The Four Winds are family. If one of us is lost, the rest still need to protect what we have, even to the very last.
And with you being a mage dragon, chances are pretty good that'll end up being you.
What?
Oh, nothing. I suppose I should ask, if we're calling ourselves a family, who has what role?
I'm the mom. Mauvier's the older brother. You are the younger, and Madeline's the little sister.
A perfect match. Although, why am I the little brother? And wait, where's the dad?
Oh, would you prefer to be the father?
Not likely. And shouldn't you be more like an older sister than a mother? You don't look old enough.
Aren't you the charmer? But no, I love you all the way a mother would. That's why you can act a little spoiled around me. Oh, come now, don't try to hide it. See how we joke with each other? Just like a family, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think so. Honestly, it's kind of a relief to hear you vocalize it. Now and forever. The Four Winds will be a family. A safe place we can always return to.
How are you, Madeline? Are you adjusting to this world?
I was uneasy at first, but I'll say I am feeling more comfortable on and off the battlefield.
It makes me happy to hear that. Try not to push yourself too hard, all right? I'm concerned because, well, you often overdo it.
Zelestia, now that we're in this new world, I'd appreciate it if you stopped babying me. Really, there's no need to worry. I'm not overdoing anything.
Well, I suppose I don't need to nag too much. There are others here also watching out for you.
Yes, even the people of this world, despite my being new here, I'm grateful for their hospitality. It hardens my determination to work on their behalf and match their kindness.
Look at you being so ceremonious. It reminds me of Mauvier.
Huh?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
It's all right. You just caught me off guard. I won't deny that my speech and manners resemble his. He was my mentor, after all. After my parents' death, it was he who took me in and trained me for battle.
I was so surprised when the two of you came to Lethos. I thought you were his daughter.
Brother and sister I could see, but not father and daughter. Oh, dear. What time is it? As much as I'd love to continue reminiscing, I ought to go train. Let's pick this up later, shall we?
Well, she is growing up to become a fine young woman. I was hoping we could reminisce, Madeline. You and Mauvier met in your hometown, is that right?
Yes. I had just lost my parents and was trying to protect my town from the corrupted. One day, a huge horde, the biggest I'd ever seen, descended on the town. They surrounded us. There were fires, people dying in the streets. I thought I was doomed. Then, out of nowhere, a knight appeared.
And that was Mauvier.
Since he bore the armor and banner of the Fell Dragon's forces, I thought him an enemy. But he cut down all the corrupted around me, every last one. And when I looked into his eyes, I knew with certainty that he was on my side.
And so you were saved. Then you traveled together to where I was. You lost your parents, your hometown. I was worried by how depressed you were back then.
Yes, it's embarrassing to think on now. Even my memory of going to Lethos is fuzzy. If not for dear Mauvier, I would have surely died en route. He saved my life many times.
But you carried on. You're so strong now. It's like you're a different person.
I have my mentors to thank. Mauvier most of all. He taught me many skills. Having taken me in, he must have felt a duty to teach me. We trained together often. And I can't even count how many times he protected me from danger. Like at the temple.
I know.
I only wish I could repay him for all the ways he helped me.
You realize you gave Mauvier something too. Something immeasurable. He was always telling me how happy he was to have found you.
Happy? He said that?
He really did. You can feel good knowing you brought him happiness. You supported him too. He watched you grow and learn with the proud, loving eyes of a father.
Oh. It seems we've circled back to the father-daughter talk. Still, I'm honored by his words. Thank you for sharing them with me.
I believe Mauvier is still watching over you, even now.
In that case, I'll have to redouble my efforts to become a knight worthy of his respect. I'm going to go train. But let's talk about you next time, all right? Zelestia, I did all the talking last time. Now it's your turn. What brought you to Lethos?
That is an old tale indeed. It happened long before we met back in our world. Over 1,000 years ago, when Queen Lumera was still alive, Sombron laid waste to the Mage Dragon's village. I barely escaped with my life. I thought I might find refuge there, since Mage Dragons also lived in those lands.
What happened then?
I found much more than just refuge. Divine Dragon Lumera and her child welcomed me like family. We chatted, went on walks, and ate meals together. My wounds were able to heal there.
Yes, I know the feeling.
Then Queen Lumera lost her life, and the young Divine Dragon took her place. I served the throne for the 1,000 years of peace thereafter. When Sombron showed signs of returning, the Divine Dragon was distraught.
That's a surprise. Outwardly, the Divine Dragon always seemed calm, if a little aloof. Was it around then that Lady Nell and Lord Raval, came to Lethos?
Yes. At first, I found it difficult to accept them. I even attacked them when we first met, intending to kill them, of course.
You what?
The Fell Dragon had taken so much from us, and they were his children. It was instinct. But the Divine Dragon accepted them with a smile and said to me, "Please support these two going forward, no matter what happens."
No matter what happens.
Foreboding, isn't it? It was as if the Divine Dragon knew something I didn't. Perhaps the fact that Lord Nil was lying about who he was. We may never know for sure.
No, sadly not.
After that, the Four Winds came along and, well, you know the rest. So, did you like my story?
Very much. It was fascinating. I'm glad to finally know your history. I see that Lethos was a place of healing and growth for you, as it was for me.
And we're going to continue growing here. Since we both arrived at the same time, we can walk this path together.
Absolutely. Let us face each battle, each challenge, without fear. And then, when this war is over, we can once again reminisce together.
I can't wait. It's a promise we will revisit when there is peace again. Lady Nell, would you like something to drink?
That will not be necessary.
How about something to eat? I brought some bread.
I am not hungry.
I suppose I can eat this later then. Perhaps you should get some rest.
Zelestia,
What is it?
you have, of late, been fussing over me a great deal. Why?
Well, I was unable to protect you in a past battle. I don't want that to happen again. So I decided to stay by your side and keep you safe.
The sentiment is appreciated. But our relationship is no longer hierarchical. We now aid the Divine Dragon as equals. You served me well in our world. And I consider your duty in that regard fulfilled.
If that's how you feel, then I suppose I should do as I please from now on.
Very good. Then I bid you farewell. You are following me.
I hope you don't mind. This is what it pleases me to do. I want to stay by your side.
Zelestia, I wonder if you have considered forging some new friendships.
New friendships? What do you mean?
I mean, creating bonds with additional people, thereby broadening your perspective.
Oh, if that's what you want, I'll do my best to follow your orders.
That was not a command.
For you, Lady Nell, I'll befriend hundreds of people. Whatever it takes to make you happy.
You are crying.
I'm so sorry. I tried to make friends, but I was unsuccessful.
Tell me what happened.
I'm not sure. I made an effort to try talking to many different people, but most of them ran away when they saw me coming. The rest kept talking about Zephia and the 4 hounds, things I don't fully understand. The conversations got uncomfortable, and I couldn't tell them that I wanted to be friends. Do you think it's because I'm a mage dragon? Perhaps it's too hard for people to accept us.
No. We dragons can certainly form close bonds with the little ones. The divine dragon demonstrates that fact time and time again, and there is no reason you cannot do the same.
That's true. But then...
If you are apprehensive, then perhaps I should accompany you as you make your efforts.
Would you? I would greatly enjoy an outing with you.
Very well. Then it shall be so.
Yes! Lady Nell, I went to town today and talked with everyone again.
And forged a number of new friendships by the sound of it.
I did! And it's all thanks to you.
I merely helped to remind you of the courage you already possess. It seems you require no further assistance from me in this matter.
Actually, there is still something else I was hoping you could help me with. I know this is probably out of line and too bold of me, but... Lady Nell, would you forge a friendship with me?
I must decline.
What? You don't want to be my friend? I knew it! You hate me!
Of course not. Please do not misunderstand.
What do you mean?
I apologize for my brisk tone. It is merely the way I am accustomed to speaking. I must decline to forge a new friendship with you, because we already have an existing one.
Oh, we're already friends? That's wonderful.
You are crying.
Because what you said just made me so happy. Wait, am I dreaming? I must be dreaming.
You are not dreaming, Zelestia. And without a doubt, you are my dearest friend.
Your dearest friend? I'm honored, Lady Nell. You are my best friend as well. I want to stay by your side as your best friend forever. Please, let me attend you going forward.
What?
Are you thirsty? Would you like something to eat, perhaps?
Our dialogue appears to have come full circle.
I can't imagine anything more wonderful than to be by your side as a friend, Lady Nell.
If it pleases you this much, then it cannot fail to please me. I am glad beyond words for our friendship.